30-point games in over a decade. He got to 12 in a row. And only stoppage streak because they were blowing out the Nets on the road in the fourth quarter and decided to rest him.
You know, the defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, you know, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. I mean, he's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
Outside, George. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Thompson with the rebound.
When you look at the incredible numbers for Durant last season, how about this? I mean, the first player since MJ, Michael Jordan, back in '92, to average over 30 points and 5 assists. Wow. While shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, you talk about historic seasons. That's some tall cotton to be hanging out in there.
That free throw good from Durant.
Well, Klay Thompson, the son of former #1 draft pick Michael Thompson, but totally different games. His father was a big man who kind of played inside. Klay, a swing man, just a knockdown shooter from deep.
And Klay's father, Michael, often his toughest critic, he tells Klay, post those smaller guards up and don't always fade away. I can hear him saying
oh, Mike, that's why I'm laughing. Sounds just like Michael, who knew how to handle himself with his back to the goal as a college and pro standout himself. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Outside for Durant. A second chance effort. Dragic with another miss.
That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Siva kicks to George. That one off the back iron and out. Suns leading by 13. Dragic kicks to Durant. Left side Durant. And that one's good. Durant's got 9 points in the quarter.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
To the middle. Here's Gordon. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
And here is Durant. 12 points for him. Pass to Valanciunas. Thompson from long range. They get the rebound. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Excellent work on the offensive boards.
Went after that rebound hard and quickly turned it into a putback jam. Beautiful work.
And those are the types of plays that have put them in front in this game.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
And it's Thompson again missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Watch. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Watch just got his first points of the game. Timeout called. The Suns.
You know, the league doesn't always update players' heights after they enter the league. Paul George, 6'10" after a late growth spurt following his rookie season in the NBA.
And Phoenix making a change. Diaz checked in. Cartier Martin, he's checked in for the Wizards. Wall comes in for Peyton Siva. Out to the right wing. Durant wide open. He fires. Phoenix no good that time either. Now here's Gordon. George dishes to Gordon. Outside Martin. Here's Blotch. No good with the layup. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Suns on top, They lead by 13. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You have to like what we're seeing from Goran Dragic.
Boy, he put on a show from the three-point line in the first half, didn't he? We'll see if the halftime break had any cooling effect on him.
Yeah, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Just a fantastic game for Dragic. He has 15 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Klay Thompson is out there with Dragic, and it's Durant. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Diaw in at the foursome. Who's out there for Phoenix. And it's good.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Gordon with a screen on Thompson. Back to Wall. And Moore kicks to Wall. Goes up at the stripe. Kick out to Moore. The dish to Wall. The shot by George, wide open. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
For three, Durant. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Wall. He's got 10. George passes to Wall. Left side, Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by Wall.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Diaw, the screen. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Wall. Durant against Wall. Wall with the steal. George dishes to Gordon. And the shot is good. Gordon's got 6.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Shot's good by Durant.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Left side, Wall. From the wing, Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead. That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And George kicks to Moore. Back to George. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Boris Diaw.
You have to wonder, as we've seen Paul George go from good to great and then from great to fantastic the last couple of seasons, what's his ceiling? I mean, with his size and skill set, there's very little that he can't do on the floor.
Well, Clark, for Paul George, it's incredible to think that he was taken as late as he was in the draft. But as you said earlier, his ceiling is through the roof, and he's right up there with LeBron and KD as the best threes in the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, man. Really nice to watch his development because he's made progress each year. It'll take an incredible amount of hard work for him to surpass either of those two in the grand scheme of things, but I wouldn't doubt anything when it comes to Paul George's ceiling. It's just going to be a matter of his commitment to the work and staying focused on realizing his tremendous God-given ability.
Washington calls timeout.
Jonas Valanciunas bulked up going into last season and tore up the NBA Summer League. Big things expected, but he sort of plateaued a bit in year 2, but I still think the future's bright for him.
Washington making some changes. Andre Blatch, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Humphries comes in for Gordon, and Smith subbed in for Ejuan Moore.
And for Valanciunas last season, a drop in field goal and free throw percentage. But while his rebounding improved, he's still learning NBA defense, struggling at times against pick and rolls in various matchups.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. And that's why the defense is having a tough time.
And it's George missing. Valanciunas wears his heart on his sleeve. You can see how much he wants to be great.
Yeah, he's hungry. He plays with a hunger that you love to see. Oftentimes he can get down on himself. It's tough to be patient, but he's only 22. I think we've got to give him a little more time. I think he's going to be really good, Kevin, in the years ahead.
Back to Durant. And he jams it with authority.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now with Brook Lopez missing most of the season in Brooklyn, Steve, how big was the play of Andre Blatch inside for the Nets?
Well, it was huge, Kevin, because he can score and rebound at a pretty high level. And when Lopez went down, the Nets went small an awful lot of the time, but Blatch represented their one threat on the interior, so he played a big role.
Back to Durant. Good, and it's Diaw with the assist that time. Diaw's got 3 assists now in this one. Wizards trailed by 21. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Britt. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, the Suns are the talk of the Valley, but that's not all that's going on in Phoenix. USA Basketball is building a huge new $350 million training facility here. The over 10-acre site is scheduled to open in the fall of 2015. And guys, the Suns hoping those superstar players warm up to Phoenix in their time here.
Yeah, that couldn't hurt in free agency. Thanks, Doris. And it's back to the basket for over 5. That'll be a turnover.
They've done a pretty nice job of taking care of the ball here tonight, but they've got to continue to do so to maintain this lead.
Wizards trailed by 21.
And Blatch, after 2 quality seasons, able to opt out of his contract and cash in this offseason. A career that had looked to be on life support with the Wizards has been mightily resurrected.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And Blatch, not a big-time defender or shot blocker, but big men with his size and scoring ability don't come around often.
The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. In the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
And the Suns call time.
And, part of the depth issue for the Wizards is they struggle to find difference makers in the draft. Aside from taking John Wall first overall back in 2010, their selections have more than often left a bit to be desired.
Gobert, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Suns leading by 19 points. Dragic with a wide open look. And the three ball is good. Dragic has got 20.